Welcome back to the ADMW, everyone. ADMW2. We are watching live for your viewing pleasure. Farkas in the upper left playing the Witchwood Druid, and RomeoXero in the lower right playing the Priest. And Romeo is set to advance here. He's got 3 wins, and the rest of his group has only 2 wins for the most part. The only other person that can get 3 wins is Farkas here. He has only played 2 games, and he has 1-1 right now. If Farkas goes 3-1, then Farkas and Romeo will be advancing. If Farkas goes 2-2 by losing today, or 1-3, then it will be, I believe, Romeo and Keegan advancing. So Farkas is playing to advance here. Romeo is playing for the 4-0. Looks like we are skipping the first quick cast for Farkas here. Druid places the Vine and deploy like usual. And this is going to be an interesting match. The Priest can heal through a lot of stuff. Hand of Imshallah can get rid of bleeds for him if he's playing it. He may have access to some flying creatures. A lot of armor is going to be helpful. A lot of armor creatures. Although he's going to have to be very careful of Bloodspine walls. We're going to see if Farkas is playing the usual sort of Druid here. We see a Vine Tree and a Leaf Ring. Very, very standard. And that will give him 10 channeling for next round. He does need to change his stats here. There he goes. There we go. And we are all set here. Alright, so let's see what Romeo opens. Romeo has played his Druid twice this tournament already. I think it was due to lack of practice, actually. He has won both times, and he also won with... I'm going to get this wrong if I don't look it up, so I'm going to look it up. He's also won with the Erection Crown Warlock. Interestingly enough, the Priest is the very first mage that Romeo spent a lot of time with back in the day. I believe Farkas is historically a Straywood Beastmaster player, and so Romeo going back to his roots and Farkas trying out some roots for the first time. Probably not the first time. I bet he's played Druid a few times. Druid doing very well in the ADMW2 so far. And actually Priest doing well too, I think. The Priest is a 75% win rate right now. Of course, the Druid is up at 87% win rate right now. We'll see who gets the win, who gets the loss here. Both good players, both kind of feeling each other out right now, trying to figure out what to do. I imagine we will see a Temple of Asira come out here pretty soon. That's usually what happens when a cleric gets dropped early on like this. And we're going to see what kind of stuff comes out of the Vine Tree here. Still doing all right on the recording scene. I am by myself today. Koshade has gone and hurt his ankle pretty bad and is doing some recovery and heaped up on medicine right now. And Zot is doing a game night tonight, so he is not available. And Sharkov, of course, is across the world. Probably still sleeping. Which anybody should be if it's 5 in the morning, in my opinion. It is not 5 in the morning right here. We're having an evening Mage Wars tournament game with Farkas and Romeo here. Looks like we're done with planning. We'll see what happens here. Interesting to see if Farkas takes a page out of Romeo's book here and double vines. He does choose to stay in the corner though, which is, I don't know if it's fear or respect or something. Done with the deployment. Interesting. He needs to, okay. I was going to say. Alright, let's do something here. Oh, yeah, initiative didn't switch. That's the kind of thing that I should have checked on. Alright. I can't flip it. There you go. Passes quick cast and is Farkas going to, he does double vine. Is he going to use that vine? Interesting choice here. Yep. He uses the vine marker to place the Thorn Lasher out where it can do some damage, and Romeo needs some dice now. His Thorn Lashers have 11 health, regen 2, and are known for being altogether big jerks. So you just want to kill them as fast as you can, in my opinion. I would have liked to see Romeo start out with a Knight of Westlock or a Crusader Griffin or something. We're seeing Cassiel. Alright, it's a slow build-up turn for Romeo. I imagine we see a quick cast temple and then a prayer from the cleric. And then he's going to have to crank out some stuff that can deal with a bunch of Thorn Lashers. Alright, so he is taking his first action. It's Farkas' turn here. Gonna move, probably an enchant, I'm guessing, or maybe a mana flower. Yep, mana flower, okay. That's good. Uses that leaf ring. Now Romeo has to figure out if he's going to place the temple in his zone, or if he's going to place it slightly more aggressively. Doing some serious thinking here. Of course, I could be completely wrong and he's not actually playing a temple, but seems pretty likely. Looks like he's going to put it in his own zone here. There it is. And he's saying, come and get me. Trying to stay as far away from the Lasher train as possible. Guessing we see an enchant here from Farkas. Or piece of equipment, maybe. He's waiting for Romeo to be done with quick cast, but he doesn't even have a quick cast marker, I think. And what do we got? No Tettery. Okay. Interesting. Don't know how useful Tettery is going to be here. I guess you could call it a mana flower if it just keeps putting mana on the vine tree. And you use all that mana eventually. 6 mana, quick cast mana flower. Gives you another living thing for Meridia's Blessing. Alright. Beginning of round 3 is Farkas' initiative again. And we have 13 mana for Farkas with 1 on the vine tree. And we have 10 mana for Romeo with 2 on the temple and 1 on Cassiel. Roughly even here. Get my cursor off of Tattery so it's not blocking the whole screen. Alright, looks like we made it to the deploy. After a fairly long planning session in which Romeo says druids are scary and Farkas agrees that yes they are. See another vine token go out here. See if he makes another one using the vine tree's ability. Or if that is sufficient for him this turn. Looks like he makes another one, creeping ever closer to the sanctuary that is the bottom right corner. Alright, he chooses not to deploy from the vine tree? Oh no, yes he does. Alright. Alright, we see the other lasher go out. And this is the point at which, if you had 2 5-dice creatures, you could actually legitimately go in there and try and kill that thing. But that is not what Romeo has right now. Instead, he's going the spawn point route. It does look like he put Aaron out for 3 of his own mana. I wonder if he's going to use the cleric to heal Aaron, or if he is going to do the regrowth gambit. That probably works against the druid, because the druid doesn't usually run Deathlock. Alright, Tattery putting a mana on the vine tree. One very good spell against these druid shenanigans is Divine Protection. So Cassiel could cast Divine Protection on the priest so that if he does get ganked and ripped through some things, at least he is taking 1 less die from everything. Would be worth a dispel on a druid, probably. Martyr's Restoration on Aaron. That seems a little unnecessary. He's going to do the whole 5. This is a cheap way to heal Aaron. The priest could also have slowly used a Hand of Imshallah, or the cleric, or just put a regrowth on Aaron. Saved a spellbook point by using Martyr's Restoration, but that is not going to keep him at optimal health for very long. It only does 5 and will not keep him up there. Regrowth will take 4 turns, but will also keep him topped off over the course of the game. I find a regrowth Aaron to be extremely difficult to deal with, no matter what your mage is. Straywood Scout coming down. Interesting choice here. Is going to give +1 die on whatever Farkas wants to attack in future rounds. Will also telegraph his intentions. Or maybe it'll be used as a bluff. Puts a mana on the Temple of Asira. Not using the cleric to heal Aaron. Thorn Lasher spends the action. Has nothing to do. And it is down to the last action, which is the priest's action. He has 7 mana. He's going to move up. Interesting. Chanting the priest, perhaps with a bear strength. Hand of Imshallah is going to be spent immediately to heal Aaron. One more. Alright, and the Hand of Imshallah is out of range of the Thorn Lasher. Romeo could very easily just choose to leave with his mage right away. See if Farkas does anything with his quick cast. Having only 1 mana, the answer is no. Alright. End of the round. It is Romeo's initiative again. And we'll see how this pans out. Alright. We are in deploy. After another long planning phase, these guys are thinking hard, trying to get that win, trying to get to the end of this group stage with advancing statistics. It is Romeo's deploy. We'll see if he deploys anything. It should be noted that Farkas could theoretically Tangovine Romeo right now during the deploy. It would be kind of anti-synergistic for the Thorn Lashers, but I don't know if he just wants to hold him still or if he wants to burn a teleport so that he can use it later. And he's going to Bloodspine Wall. That is basically telling Romeo, get out of there or get damage. Get a ton of damage. Alright, and Romeo decides not to deploy from the Temple of Asira. I hope that means that he's saving up mana for something big next round. He will have a fully functional Aaron this round if he uses the Hand of Bimshallah on it. Now would be an excellent time for a Divine Protection on Romeo. We got 3 dice, so we go down to a 1 die attack. Having no armor on means that the piercing doesn't do anything. The bleed can be gotten rid of by the hand. Here we go. Aaron gets his 4 melee tokens. And I would hazard a guess that the priest gets out of there. He's going to use his action and leave. That makes total sense. Casting Chitin Armor. A decent armor for those who do not wish to tangle with Acid Ball. Rust still gets rid of it. It does appear that he is going to be playing a support role as a priest, probably. Given that he is not using the Radiant Breastplate, which is the guarding armor. It's the same spellbook cost anyway, so 2 armor is 2 armor. And he chose Acid -3 instead of the ability to spend mana to be guarding. Romeo has 3 actions to 4 actions. Is going to mark Aaron for extra dice, just in case Farkas Romeo decides to use Aaron this turn. My guess is that he is going to use the Far Thornlasher last, Farkas, just in case Aaron moves. I would not be surprised to see a remove curse here from Castiel to generate some mana. Divine Protection would also be a good thing to cast. Or Healing Charm, or not brace yourself. All manner of useful things. Armor Ward would be one you could use. I would be very surprised if he had Armor Ward, though. Farkas uses his Druid. We're going to see a Timberwolf. We're going to see another Lasher. He does get a plant discount if he casts a plant. You're going to see a move here. Probably an enchantment then. Yep, as zone enchantment. That could be armor. It could be hydrothermal vent. It could be teleport trap. All sorts of delicious things. Most likely is hydrothermal vent. My guess is that we will see a mana go onto the temple right now. Yep, there's the mana. You're going to see the other Thornlasher, Regard. And we're probably going to see Aaron do nothing. Or move up to. Or move over to. Though I would not send Aaron out by himself. That seems like a bad plan. Just keep him there until you have another creature that can do 5 dice. And then send them both out together. Possibly backed up by Castiel or the Priest. And then you'll have a death squad that can just obliterate a zone. The Thornlashers are the strongest enemy creatures out right now for anything that has that mechanic in Romeo's corner. Castiel is the strongest enemy creature for anything that Farkas would have with that mechanic, although probably not a Druid having that mechanic in their book. And we see the guard from Aaron. Playing it very safe here. I'm going to see a quick cast. Another enchantment down on the Priest. Alright. Lots of enchantments there. and a Guarding Thornlasher, and that will be the end of the round. Alright, we are in deployment. And it is Farkas' deploy first. We see the vine go down. Do we see another one? And we do see another one. Do we see something appear from the vine tree? I would disagree with that, because then you are spreading things out too much. Unless he plans to teleport, lesser teleport the backwards, the one that's in his zone, backwards Thornlasher. Furthest back Thornlasher. He is not going to deploy, even though he has 18 mana. Looks like we are seeing a Royal Archer come out from the Temple of Asira. Excellent, excellent. That will provide a ranged advantage. The Druid will have to deal with that at some point. And this is, I totally agree with using ranged attacks versus this Thornlasher game. Yes, you can have problems with teleports, force pushes, etc. But if you can get a critical mass of ranged dice out on these things, the Druid is going to have to do some work to keep them alive. Adding an enchantment to the Druid here. Could be Rhinohide, probably. Rhinohide, Hawkeye. Bear Strength, even. It looks like he is still planning to do extra damage to Aaron here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 actions for the Druid and 4 actions for the Priest. So nobody is going to be able to pass. Priest spends Quick Cast. Is that a Seeking Dispel? It is a Seeking Dispel. I agree with this choice. Whatever it is, you don't want to be running straight into that or being pulled into that. That would be nonsense. Might just bide the time and put a mana on the temple. Heal up Cassiel 1. Romeo at 1 mana. Most likely not planning to do anything else with his action. You can't be done, sir. See if he sees that. Alright, he adds a mana to the temple and a melee to the temple, because why not? The temple now has an attack. Now he is going to save the Hand of Imshala and not use it on Castiel right now. Probably expecting some sort of positioning spell from the Druid. Farkas creates a compass rose. That's interesting. What is he doing? it is kind of funny there's a hotkey for the compass rose. Alright, that was a Tattery. Now Romeo has to choose what to do. Probably going to use the Cleric, is my guess. Adding the mana with the Cleric, very good. And it's just staring at each other across the arena here. The Druid chooses to act. We're going to see another Thornlasher. No, we're going to see a Spitting Raptor. Alright, that's what he was saving all that mana for. Spitting Raptor is not going to help him very much against the Chitin armor. You get an 8-up Corrode, I guess, on the Chitin armor, which is not nothing. But this allows him to be a little bit more mobile with his attacks. It allows him to move in and guard the Thornlashers if he needs to. Removes guard from Aaron. Spends the ready marker on Hand of Bimshallah. Is he going to give him another melee attack? He's going to kill the Bloodspine Wall, I guess. That's kind of risky. I mean, he does have to do something. And he kind of wants to make Aaron a target instead of the archer, I'm guessing. Does 6 damage to the wall. It should be enough to kill it. Indeed it is. So he is not going to be taking bleed damage, but he is going to be taking a couple of 3-dice attacks. 4-dice attacks because of the scout. See if he gets the snatch here. Should be 4 dice. Okay, he'll roll one more after. He does get the snatch, but he gets no damage. And we will see what the extra die rolls here. Nothing. Alright. That could have been a whole lot worse than it was. Alright, Farkas is done. Romeo has 1 mana. I don't know if I would guard. I might kill the vine. So all you have to do is roll any amount of damage, and you do have 2 dice. And trimming back the vines keeps things from being spawned in your temple zone, like vine snappers. It's good that Romeo has initiative next turn. It means he is not going to necessarily get obliterated. It's Aaron obliterated. Alright, we see 1 damage and a snatch on Aaron here. Not the most effective of the Thornlashers, but that Aaron is now significantly out of position. I could definitely see a Tanglevine come down, or another Bloodspine Wall. Nobody has a quick, and that is the end of the round. We are going to start round 6 in a moment. Alright, looks like we are wrapping up the planning phase here. And all three of those enchantments on Romeo right now, I'm guessing one of them is going to be significantly aggressive because he is poised to strike at this Thornlasher with 3 targets. There's 3 creatures here. Then another cleric coming out, trying to power up that temple quickly, I guess. Get some more channeling effectively. Or to heal things that need healing. They only have a range of 1, and they only roll 1 die. But alright, I imagine we see Tanglevine on the priest right now. Or we might see a Bloodspine Wall again. But a Tanglevine and then dealing with Aaron here is probably the best move. We see Bloodspine Wall. And it has a mana on it for some reason. Alright, so he is planning to deal with Aaron. And probably keep Aaron from attacking that other Lasher. First quick cast for Romeo. See what he chooses to do. He has 9 mana remaining. The archer could theoretically shoot that wall. It's not likely to kill it. Alright, are we seeing a forced push here? Surging wave, maybe. Surging wave, yep, does not want to get damaged. And gets the push and the slam. And 3 critical damage. Oops. Looks like the action marker from Aaron has been moved to the Bloodspine Wall. I'm going to fix that and attack with the Bloodspine Wall. Pierce 2, so Aaron has no armor against this. Only 1 damage, not enough for a bleed. That is an unfortunate roll on the Bloodspine Wall. Although Aaron is at 1/3 health and all of the Druid's actions still remain. So he could be dead this turn. This Druid Scout has not yet spent its action. If we see a Galvanize here, that would be pretty clutch. See a Galvanize and Hand of Imshallah to get a 7-die attack on that Thornlasher. That might be really effective. It would take 6 of his 9 mana, though. He's choosing to use Aaron. If he attacks, he will have a daze to deal with. Give him a melee. Yep. Alright, so he's 6 dice now. He is going to attack the wall again. Interesting. So Romeo has decided that the wall must die. All walls must die. Only getting 5 damage. That is not enough to kill it. I believe if he has... Oh, he does. He quick casts. Is it going to be a dazzle? Is it going to be... Oh, he had a day's chance. Yep. He made the day's chance, if they choose to use that. I'm going to leave it up to them to decide. So yes, the 5. We're going to see a stalagmite. Whoa. Interesting. And he does kill the wall. Okay. It is true that the Bloodspine wall is notoriously horrendous really good. It's horrendous for your opponent. It does a lot of damage, gets a lot of bleed off so that the healing is less effective. So using those actions to get rid of the wall, he could have to do that 4 more times, and in the space of that time the lashers could overwhelm him. Most druids, I'm guessing, take about 3 or 4 Bloodspine walls. And Straywood Scout spends its action, and now it is Romeo's turn. Aaron is about to be in a world of hurt. Cassiel moving up with a minor heal would be pretty good. Looks like he gets 3 damage out on the Thorn Lasher. That is not going to be enough to kill it. Raptor spends its action. Is he going to move? Oh, he's going to shoot. Alright, he's going to try and get some corrodes off so the Thorn Lashers are more effective. This is a 4-die attack because of the Scout getting a corrode and 3 damage off on Aaron. Yep, Aaron is in trouble here. Now would be a great time for Cassiel to come in with a heal spell. Minor heal, of course. Or a healing charm, perhaps. Or a restore. Healing Madrigal. Ooh. I think he might be dead before that happens. Is it supposed to be a healing charm? Give himself 5 mana. Yeah, if Aaron survives, then Healing Magical might be useful. Yeah, that was a big mistake, I think. I think if that was supposed to be a Healing Charm, then that might have been useful, but Healing Magical is not going to be useful right now. One damage and or no damage and a snatch because he still has 1 armor. Yep, it was supposed to be a Healing Charm. Whoopsie. And I think the priest comes in and smacks on this Thorn Lasher. Would be my guess. Or he might just choose to use the mana. Gain a mana. If he had a lesser teleport, now would be a good time to wait so that after the Thorn Lasher acts, he can... doesn't look like he has a lesser teleport. Yeah, those Thorn Lashers are not doing so well on the damage. He is going to hurl rock. Romeo loves his rocks. It's true. Gotta take the guard marker off. Does reveal the Hawkeye. And is getting 5 damage out on the Thorn Lasher, which is not enough to kill it. 5 damage for 6 dice. It's a little low. Not as low as those Thorn Lashers have been rolling, though. See if the Druid is going to... Yep, the Druid is going to do something to Aaron here. Probably 3-die melee attack. 4-die melee attack. Oof, 5 damage. That is dangerous. He has 2 health remaining. And if that were a Healing Charm, that rock would not have been thrown. So... he would have had to go in and punch or do nothing, I think. Aaron could be gone here. Put a mana on the temple, I guess, and regroup. Thorn Lasher is going to regenerate 2 and be at 6 out of 11. That is something that can be taken care of by the priest, probably. But not without putting himself in harm's way or using another attack spell. Let's see if Aaron dies here. Statistically, he should die, and he does. And the magical is gone, and Aaron is gone, and that is very unfortunate. Healing Charm, he might have been gone anyway with Healing Charm, depending on how the roll went. But, yep, that was a mistake, and hopefully Romeo gets himself back in the game here and manages to pull out some good plays. I think it was good of him to not move in there. It was kind of a sacrifice sending Aaron out, but I guess we'll see how it plays out. End of the round. Now for round 7. Alright. Looks like we're wrapping up planning here. Doing one last check, I guess. Yeah, these planning phases are lasting a while. Good thing you guys don't have to see that. Alright, deployment happens. Are we going to see a vine? Uh-oh, Romeo's upset about something. He's going to pay his mana? Alright, he is just upset about technical problems, not his book or his choices. And we see another Thorn Lasher go down. Right there. Does anything come off of the Temple of Asira? Dawnbreaker's Initiate. A 3-die Cleric. Yeah. This is, the Druid is thoroughly in command here. I believe. Unless Romeo can pull off some serious damage to these Thorn Lashers and keep them from doing a ton of stuff to him. Romeo has 44 cards left in his book, and Farkas has 56 cards left in his book. So Romeo has several out-of-school cards yet to be seen. Looks like we are going to see a quick cast from Romeo. Probably another rock. Or not. Maybe he was just playing with Farkas. Alright. Druid's first action. What is it going to be? Elephant grass. Interesting. No, they're not. Okay. Okay, that's for the obscure. 2 less attack dice. Attacks against animal creatures. So it's not going to do anything except to his raptor. And he's paid 8 mana for obscured, basically. And that is a snatched priest. He probably says that because should have asked, because there could have been an eye for an eye. Although eye for an eye on a Thorn Lasher is probably not going to do a whole lot. Now, Romeo needs to calculate whether or not he should stay there. He is going to take possibly 3 more attacks if he stays there. We'll take 13 mana to replace that elephant grass, or he could just destroy it. But that takes more actions and resources, and he really needs to get rid of these Thorn Lashers. Attack going down on the raptor here. Hurl rock. He's getting 5 damage out on the raptor because of the 2 armor. And that is a daze. And then is he going to go in there and punch? Yes, he is. Or no, he's not. That is not a targeted ability. So he gets 3 dice here. Doing 2 damage and getting another daze, which doesn't matter. And he is probably going to burn. Yes, he is. Alright. That should be automated. Is the burn? Yep, the burn shows up. That could kill the raptor, or it could just fall off. It's the trouble with burns. You can't rely on them. He's going to target the priest here with the Straywood Scout, most likely. Okay. And then he is done. Are we going to see something from Cassiel here? Yeah, he's going to shoot the elephant grass because it is in his way. Doing 7 damage to the elephant grass. That is a significant shot that would have killed that Thornlasher had he been able to see it. Elephant grass has already saved a life. See if he's going to use a ranged attack or the melee attack here. He does not make the attack roll, or not make the daze chance. So the attack is miss. And 3 actions left for Farkas, 3 actions left for Romeo. I think we're going to see some mana on the temple. See if Cassiel does something useful here. Alright, Cassiel chooses to put a mana on. I guess one of those clerics is going to heal Cassiel. Because the Temple of Asira can only be prayed at twice around, so having 3 clerics is not as useful for that. Let's see, 4-die attack on the priest most likely here. no damage. And a snatch, which does nothing. You're going to see another mana. There we go. Probably going to see Tattery here. Yeah, I don't know. Losing Aaron was a big blow, I think. That Elephant Grass was a good play for keeping that Thornlasher alive for at least a little while. If he can capitalize on that and get a good amount of damage on the priest while the priest is messing around in here, that will be a good play. But if the priest is able to do some damage and get out, then the Elephant Grass probably didn't save anything. I mean, it saved the Thornlasher for one turn, which gives him another tick of Generate, so that's good. Or I guess I would save it from 2 turns, because it's going to take at least 2 turns to kill that Elephant Grass. Wow, we see a max damage roll from the Druid, doing some serious pain to the priest. 8 critical damage. That's insane. It does kind of make up for the fact that the Thornlashers haven't really been doing a whole lot of damage. I would think this is about where the priest would be normally. Maybe a little more. Farkas is managing to save a significant amount of mana each turn by doing that punching, by not using his quick cast for anything too expensive. Alright, so he heals Cassiel too. And then Tattery will put a mana on the tree, and that will be the end of the round, and on to round 8. Alright, we'll see you in deploy. Alright guys, looks like we are wrapping up the planning phases here. It is Romeo's initiative, and he has a lot of things that are about to do some serious damage to him. Looks like the burn fell off during the upkeep, which is just a pain. He has 13 mana, 3 on the temple, and we are seeing Farkas floating 20 mana in his Mage and 2 on the Vine Tree. If we see a Crawlathor show up, this is going to be hilarity ensues. Light of Dawn. Light of Dawn is not my first choice against the Druid here. You want something with high armor that can withstand the 3-die attacks. And a full action range 1 attack is going to just be ripped to shreds by the Thornlashers. So I think that might not be a good choice there. The vine in the temple zone is hindering all of those creatures, which means that nothing can move to get within striking distance of the Thornlashers. Next round, a Bloodspine Wall comes out, and it looks like Romeo is going to want to get out. Get out, get out. He has 7 mana to work with. Hopefully He has some positioning spells ready so that he can leave, plink down that elephant grass. He's gonna quick cast probably another stalagmite. Another stalagmite. Look at that. Don't see stalagmite used very often. It is a 3-die Pierce 3 attack, so it gets through most armor. And that is a dead raptor. Alright, Aaron down, Raptor down. Just a host of Thorn Lashers and Bloodspine Walls to deal with. That is Romeo's first quick cast. And we will probably see a Surging Wave from the Druid, is my guess. Or a Rust. I would not be surprised to see a Rust right now. Shooting? Wow. Okay, so he is not afraid to be ripped through that Wall of Thorn, or Wall of, what is it called? Bloodspine Wall. That's what it's called. Yeah, the wall does not exist in a zone. It exists on the border between zones. So the elephant grass does not obscure the Bloodspine Wall. And this archer rolling out those dice, killing off that wall rather rapidly. Man, that archer is a champion this game. It has done significant amount of damage. Unfortunately, it has not been on the prime target of the Druid or the Thorn Lashers. We see Corrosive Orchid, and I believe we are about to see a Gone Chitin Armor. So many ways the Druid has of getting rid of your stuff. It's only going to roll 1 die here. The Corrode is probably not going to happen. No damage, but just attacking, I believe. Yep, all you have to do is target the mage. You don't have to do any damage. And he is going to pay the 6 mana to get rid of the Chitin Armor. Alright, Thorn Lasher doing 5 damage and a snatch to the priest. That is really significant. Wow. Alright, if I were Romeo, I would leave right now. There he goes. Gonna leave. Does he have a lesser teleport? No, it is an enchantment. Probably a brace yourself. Gonna see an ensnaring vine go off on the priest at this point, I'm guessing. Or he might use the Straywood Scout. Yeah, he's going to use the Straightwood Scout. Okay. That allows Romeo a chance to get a heal off on his priest if he uses an Assyrian Cleric right now. He does not have enough mana for a minor heal. Question is, does he have enough mana for a Mending Wave? No healing. Most unfortunate. Does not get the snatch, but does a 6 damage attack on Romeo. That is crazy. A poison blood from the Druid right now would be just the ticket. Unless, of course, there's a nullify. Wow. That Straightwood Scout is doing some serious work here. There's a lot of extra damage coming out of that mark. Yeah. That has ended up being a really good play. He's going to use Hand of Bimshala on himself and try and heal with the Cleric. Gets 2 healing, averaging out both Clerics. Down to half health again. Does the Druid have a positioning spell? Getting that priest back where he does not want to be is going to be a really good idea. Also, have not seen a Holy Avenger at all this game. Light of Dawn Holy Avenger would have been a really smart move. Give that extra health. Give its attacks extra punch. Alright, is this the healing charm? Is this a healing madrigal? We don't know. If it was a madrigal, I would have moved Cassiel as well. Just to get the benefit for a turn. And honestly, at this point, you would much rather the Druid attack Cassiel than your Mage. In my opinion. It's going to be Farkas' initiative next turn, so Romeo has to be aware of that. And what does the Druid have up her sleeve? Well, she doesn't have any sleeves, but if she did have sleeves, what would she have up it? That is probably a poison blood. Nope, a teleport. Is there a nullify? A positional spell to get another Thornlasher attack off there. And on your initiative, you'll be able to rip through a wall again. We have seen 3 Bloodbind walls, and all 3 of them have been basically one shot. Is he going to put a mana on? No, he is going to move up. Is he going to attack a vine? Yes, he is. Does some damage, kills a vine. Let's see how much damage this Thorn Lasher does to Romeo. I am guessing that he is going to want to save his Brace Yourself for next round, if that is a Brace Yourself. Two normal damage and 3 critical damage. Again, these Thorn Lashers. Ooh, Divine Reversal. Nice. Alright, so he is only going to take 1 damage from that attack. And he did not get the snatch. But that's okay. He doesn't need to get the snatch right now. He can get the snatch later. Why? Must have gotten confused as to what Divine Reversal did. Alright, end of the round. Top of round 9. We will see you all in the deploy phase. Right, we are almost done with the planning phase. During the upkeep, RomeoXero revealed a regrowth, and, well, right before the upkeep, and healed 2, and also revealed a healing charm, which healed him for 4. So he is now down to 12 damage out of 34. And has another shot at trying to kill off some creatures here. I imagine he has to have known that another Bloodspine Wall is coming out here. There it is. Bloodspine Wall. Hold on. Alright, we have fixed that problem. Fine Tree cannot target the vines in that zone because all other objects than Elephant Grass are obscured in that zone. The Bloodspine Wall comes out, and the question is, does Romeo... I don't think the grass was a bad combo. It has helped that Thorn Lasher is now going to be full health at the end of this round. Granted, the archer's been shooting other things than the grass, but it has made it so that his Thorn Lashers have survived, and they have done a ton of damage based on being still alive. So Romeo has to have figured out that there was a Bloodspine Wall coming. This is the 4th Bloodspine Wall we have seen. Lesser Teleport going down. Excellent choice here. Love that spell. Gets him out of the way of that vine. Unless, of course, Farkas decides to force push him or teleport him back in. And pull him through anyway. We did not pass the first quick cast phase, but everybody knows what's happened. We see 2 damage and a snatch. What's he gonna do? He's gonna leave again. Leave and cast a spell on himself. That has got to be a brace yourself, since he does not have any mana to reveal anything. And brace yourself costs 0. Of course, he could be playing next level strategies and plan to Divine Reversal after he uses Remove Curse with Castiel, hoping that Farkas will use the Straywood Scout to remark him this turn instead of using a Thorn Lasher and wasting. Yep, there's the remarking. You might, if that's a brace yourself, you might want to kill the elephant grass this turn. He's going to heal himself. That works. Nope, no healing. Alright. Here comes the snatching. Gets 6 critical damage and 5 on the effect die. Brace yourself does not do anything against that. So I am guessing that he will not reveal anything. That is a world of hurt. Granted, the Thorn Lashers are rolling 4 dice because of the Straywood Scout. Alright, the cleric is getting buffed by the Hand of Imshallah, and he is going to try and kill off this Bloodspine Wall. This is, he needs 150% damage here. Does not get it. Here comes the snatch through the wall. 4 dice. Does not get the snatch. Only doing 3 damage. That has got to be a big sigh of relief for Romeo. There might be a force push or a teleport coming from Farkas right now. Probably waiting to see if Farkas is down here. He has to know that that archer is going to shoot that wall. Alright, he is done. Alright. Does not have a positioning spell, is my guess. Archer is probably shooting the Bloodspine wall here. Not exactly. I don't know what he means by tense. It looks like he's in thorough command of this game here. Yeah, he's losing walls, but his creatures aren't dying. Barely gets the kill on that wall with the Archer. Alright. Druid is going to go now. And we see a Raptor Vine come out. He is allowed to target the Vine in there because Obscured is only from farther than 1 zone away. Using that Plant Ring again, which I believe has only been used about 4 times. Might have been better to have a Mana Flower instead of the Plant Ring. Light of Dawn and Cleric of Asira moving out. Cassiel adding a mana to the temple. Oh, that's fine. What is his quick cast action? Rouse the Beast. Very nice. I thought he had 11 mana. Oh, it's only 9. I thought it was 10. Whoops, my bad. And we see a big attack coming at the priest here. Not much he can do about it anyway. 5 damage on 6 dice. Within acceptable average, if slightly below. And that is an almost dead priest. It is an almost dead priest, boys and girls. He still has regrowth, and he will be channeling 10 mana next turn. So perhaps he will be able to heal himself. And he does have first quick cast. So we'll see how it all plays out. It does look rather grim for Romeo right now. And we'll see all in round 10. Alright, finishing up planning here. Looks like Romeo has opted to not even put anything on his temple. Just gonna skip the deploy. And we see a vine go down over there. Tango vine. And Farkas forgot that those vine tokens are obscured. So the vine tree had 2 mana on it. It's a very complicated game, so it is always nice to see people say, oh, I made a mistake, can I do that over? And other people saying, yes, I do appreciate that. Every time. Technically, the Tanglevine needs to stay on the vine tree, but it is very unlikely that anything's going to happen to the vine tree, so I don't really care at this point. Alright, are we going to see a quick cast out of Romeo? Is this a heal? Yes, it is. Alright. And getting 9 healing off of that, putting him far less dangerously at half health. Remember again that the regrowth ticked during the upkeep, so he has healed from 28 back to 17 in the space of upkeep and the heal spell. There's the poison blood, most likely. Should still be okay. Yep. Imagine that is going to get revealed at the end of the round to prevent the regrowth. He cannot prevent the Hand of Imshallah. There is no step to that action, so if he uses the Hand of Imshallah right now, it cannot be prevented. Could also have been a rust that Druid put on there. We are hoping for a day's stun chance here as Romeo. What is the day's chance? 7 up. Not very high. Does not get it. Does get 4 damage out though. Doesn't mean a whole lot to a vampiric creature, but it was worth a shot. Using the Raptor Vine right now means that you don't have to worry about guards. So I'm going to guess that that is Poison Blood and Rust now. Whichever one happened first. Doesn't matter. So Rust happened first. Poison Blood happened second. He was still worried about Nullify, although I don't think any enchantment had gone down since he last checked for Nullify. But it has been a long game, and it is a stressful situation. This theoretically could kill it, but is a very, very small chance. Almost does. Almost does. Wow. Imagine if that Raptor Vine does not attack now, it is dead. So he has forced Farkas' hand here. Attack the priest. Only getting 2 damage on 5 dice. That is only going to heal him 1. That means that a Syrian Cleric can come in and try and kill the Raptor Vine. He's going to do it with the priest. Alright. The clerics can't heal you, so you might as well use the clerics to hit things. does get the 2 damage needed. Opts not to pay the 1 mana, I'm certain. And that is going to be the end of Romeo's turn. Going to use the Scout's short bow attack. Try and get a couple dice of damage out. Getting 3 damage off the Scout. That Scout has been more than impressive this game. Alright, blocking all the damage with a Brace Yourself. Very nice. And now 3 Thornlasher attacks to weather. The Elephant Grass has 12, yeah, it has 12 health. So that cleric cannot kill it. Okay, Romeo thinking about what to do next here. He can no, well, he could Divine Reversal. Wand of Healing, nice. That is not going to do anything in this round. But in future rounds, maybe it will keep him alive long enough to do something here. One damage in a snatch, and I guess there's going to be a corrosive orchid attack here, and we'll see if he gets a corrode on that brace. Guess he doesn't have to do it now. He's going to attack the Thornlasher. See, in this situation, I would have shot the Elephant Grass first with the Archer, and if it didn't kill it, oops. He attacked with the wrong cleric. Romeo attacked with the wrong cleric. There we go. Gets the same result. All right. as I was saying, I would have attacked with the archer first, because there is nothing else you can attack with the archer. And if the archer had done enough damage to kill the elephant grass, then the cleric would have been free to attack one of the lashers. No corrode comes from the corrosive orchid. 1 damage goes through. Wow, that was a clutch. Brace yourself. It has saved him, what, 8 damage this round? 9 damage this round? That is impressive. Three from the scout, 1 from the lasher, 1 from the orchid, and 4 from the other lasher. And it's not done yet. Does beat back the vine. Trying to get as much damage on this priest as possible. No damage is rolled. Well, after all those 5 damage rolls, a blank was bound to happen at some point. Now, if Romeo does not kill the elephant grass right now, he will stay obscured from the vine tree. However, the Druid Scout is within sight now and will mark him the first opportunity. Moving over with the Royal Archer would not necessarily be a bad plan. Yes, you could be snatched, but that is damage that is not going to your priest, and you would have the opportunity to shoot the scout before it could mark you. Well, not necessarily before it could mark you, but in retaliation to it marking you. Only doing 1 damage to the elephant grass. That is not enough to kill it. Tattery still has an action. And we see the mana go down. And Romeo is back at 20 out of 34. That turn, he was really saved by Brace Yourself. If he has another one, it would be an excellent cast during the first quick cast. Well, we will see. End of the round. Alright. Looks like we are ending the planning phase here. 4 mana on both spawn points. Planning phase over for Romeo. Farkas probably swift to follow. There's the deploy phase. Farkas' initiative in round 11. And we see a vine token go down and no other deploys. Oh, never mind. He uses the vine snapper. Interesting positioning. Perhaps he has a way to make sure that the priest ends up in his zone. Another teleport, or a lesser teleport on the vine snapper, or something. No deploy from Romeo, no first quick cast from Romeo or from Farkas. I am guessing that if Romeo does not move, that Cassiel will be doing a remove curse on the poisoned blood. Druid coming in. A wall of of Thorns. And here comes the Force Push. I don't know why you would come in that zone. You could just as easily move up. Well, oh, no, because of Obscured. That's why you would do it. Haha. I had forgotten the Obscured rule, just like everyone else. That is 11 damage coming out from the Wall of Thorns. Ouch. Pain, pain, and pain. And that puts him 31 out of 34. And then the Orchid has a chance to get the final blow. Is it going to happen? And that is the game. 35 out of 34. Romeo's Priest is defeated. Good game, guys. And 1 piece of armor. 1 brace yourself was amazing. 2 brace yourselves would have saved that game a little bit longer. Probably didn't have another one. So Farkas is 2-1 right now, has 1 more game to go. Romeo ends the group stage 3-1, will be advancing. Farkas has an opportunity to advance, and we will see you guys in the next video.